I'm Monty Bomblin, host of Pleasure Island Conversations, the area's only talk, information, and entertainment program. Brought to you by
Register's Auto Glass, Wilmington's leading full-service glass shop. We can repair chips, nicks, and cracks in any automobile, anywhere, anytime. Can't come to us, we'll come to you. With our fleet of 7 mobile repair units, our professional installers can tackle any job. Come visit our new location at the corner of Wrightsville Avenue and Dawson Street. With the area's largest full-service glass shop, we are here for all your auto, residential, and commercial glass needs.
Welcome to this special edition of Pleasure Island Conversations. I'm Morgan Odom. I'm filling in for Monty Bomblin while he is recovering from his recent surgeries. Hi, I'm Carmen Odom, and I am hosting this special edition of Pleasure Island Conversations with my sister Morgan Odom and Peyton Ray. On this edition, we'll be having Beverly Andrews with Meet the Musicians.
Now here's Beverly Andrews with Meet the Musicians.
I'm Beverly Andrews, concertmaster of the Wilmington Symphony, and this is my guest today, Judith Saxton from Greensboro. She is a professional trumpet player, and she is in Wilmington because she's going to be recording a new bunch of pieces. What's the professional way to say that?
We're making a big project. It's a recording project,
Okay.
which will most likely, it'll certainly end up as a CD, compact disc, and in a variety of other formats, which nowadays is kind of accepted.
Right.
Digital downloads.
Right. And you came to Wilmington because we have this beautiful Landfall Keenan Chapel in which to perform, and the acoustics are woo, bouncy, and it's really nice for trumpet and organ. We'll be interviewing the organist a little bit later.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my organist is Tim Olson, and we've been colleagues. We actually have known each other for 10 years and worked together as concert artists, duo partners with trumpet and organ. We met at the School of the Arts, where we were both employed. I was there a decade, and Tim is in his first 10 years. I've left the school, but we maintain our performing relationship. So we played here 5 years ago, and the minute we played the very first note on some of the Baroque music, we knew we had to record here.
It's like,
It just
ooh,
made
so
it
pretty.
easy. It was so easy.
So
because
pretty.
The sound of the organ, he'll talk all about that. But that is what prompted us to literally come 3.5 hours. I live in Winston-Salem, and to come here to record. So, but we're not just doing a typical trumpet and organ, Baroque trumpet and organ CD, which would be primarily on this piccolo trumpet. We've actually got some unrecorded music of pieces by Nellie Bell, Vaclav Nellie Bell. It's a sonata da chiesa, which means a sonata for a church, which is, very Bach-like. And a few other unrecorded pieces. We're doing some spirituals with some liturgical improvisation, like live while we're recording, because we're both church musicians. And I've got a piece that I've written to thank the chapel for the use of the space. The movements are Airly Gardens, Caretta, which means loggerhead turtle, and Turtle Grande, or maybe Turtle Royale. I haven't figured that out. But the last one's about the leatherback turtle, which both are here in Cape Fear River. So I wrote a 3-movement piece, which we are going to be recording probably today.
Judith. Wow, that is so interesting. And what an honor for us that you would think so much of where we live, that you would compose pieces for us.
Well, that was the idea, is a real thank you to the whole community. And I'm actually a kind of novice composer, but I've been sitting in orchestras for 30 years and, teaching students for 30 years and in the business.
Yeah.
So we get to sit a lot while the violinists play a lot. And so we listen to how things are structured, and I'm a jazz musician too, so it gives you an ear for what you want to write.
Yeah.
And I have to say, my colleague Tim has helped me write the organ parts because I'm not an organist at all.
Well, I can hardly wait to hear them.
It'll be interesting.
Are there any motifs that you use for turtles?
Yes. I read about was it the The loggerhead turtle, no, the leatherback turtle has little baby turtles shaped like a heart.
Oh,
And so one of the motifs is just a simple beat-um-bum, beat-um-ba-dum, beat-um-bum, beat-um-ba-dum. And the little turtles are making their way to the ocean in 7/4 because there's 7 ridges on the leatherback turtle's back.
oh,
So-
7-4 because there's 7 ridges. Ah, Judith, that is like just too cool. Well, I live at the beach, and so
wow.
in the later summer, the little turtles are coming bubbling up through the sand, and they all take off for the ocean. And there's the moon, and so they go for that light, and it is like beat up, beat up, beat. Can you play it?
Yeah. Actually, it's on the organ. We'll have to play it for you a little bit later.
Here come the baby turtles.
And there's other things that go on to make it interesting, but
Did you hear that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is so, the 7 ridges.
Yeah.
Judith, that is so neat. Thank you.
it's been really fun. And Airlie Gardens, it just turned into this piece with Spanish moss all over it, you know? And the azaleas and wisteria and all of the magnolias. I read all about Airlie Gardens, and we knew they were very close to here.
Yes, they are.
And then the little careta, that lended me to think, that was the one about the loggerhead turtles. And that lent me to think, oh, that's very Bach, careta. So there's a little Bach intro, kind of 2 voices back and forth.
Maybe you'll play a little of that for
play
us?
a little tiny bit of that
Just
as
a
well.
little bit of
Yeah.
that. Well, Judith, thank you so much.
It's our pleasure to be here in this community. We've met lovely people, and it's been great.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm Beverly Andrews, concertmaster of the Wilmington Symphony, and this is Judith Saxton from Winston-Salem. And I say Greensboro because
of Eastern Music
Festival, yes. And we are so glad that you've tuned in to Meet the Musicians. Contact wilmingtonsymphony.org for any information about musical lessons or concerts or the kind of fun that Judith and I have.
Lowest down payment, low monthly rates. Protective Agency.
For over 60 years, Protective Agency has been offering the lowest price and down payment on quality auto insurance. Look in the white pages for the location nearest you and start saving big. When an accident happens, we're the company that cares.
Lowest down payment, low monthly rates. Just call Protective Agency.
Hello, I'm Beverly Andrews, concertmaster of the Wilmington Symphony here in Wilmington, North Carolina. And with me today on Meet the Musicians is Timothy Olson. Timothy, welcome to town.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
I hear that you play the organ.
Indeed, I do.
And why are you here? Tell the audience why you've come to Keenan Chapel in Landfall, this beautiful place.
Well, several years ago, my colleague Judith Saxton, a trumpeter, and I played a recital here and thought the space was just a perfect location and acoustic of marriage between trumpet and this wonderful organ that they have here, pipe organ, built by the Taylor and Booty Company out of Stanton, Virginia. And we decided at some point we needed to get back here and make a recording.
Well, we're so glad that you have come. When you said that this chapel has a special sound feeling, what does that mean?
Well, as an organist, we often say that the most important stop on the organ is the room, is the acoustic, what the organ sounds like into the room. And though this is not a very large space, it has a very warm acoustic that allows the sounds of the different pipes to blend together and then as well to blend in with the trumpet. And it has a little bit of reverberation where the sound keeps on going for just a little bit, but not too much that we can still have clarity with what we want to say. Well,
Timothy, earlier I heard you whistling. He's a very good whistler. If we whistled, could we hear the reverberations in here?
Sure.
Could you do a little whistling?
So we get about a second or a second and a half of delay as that sound bounces off around all of the hard surfaces in here. Hard walls, slate floors, just the kind of things the materials that we look for as organists to perform in.
Okay, usually the second time we all can really get it. So would you whistle something, and we're going to listen one more time. Sort of, it's not an echo exactly.
No.
It's just that it keeps sounding.
Sort of fades away.
Okay, try.
About a second and a half in here, which is quite lovely.
I love sound, don't you?
As I do too. And the combinations of different types of sounds.
So when I was little, we played the piano at our house, and the violin. At your house, what did they do?
We only played piano as I was growing up. However, now in my house, I have 3 boys, and 2 of them are string players. One plays violin, and another one plays cello. And in addition to that, we have a piano. So sometimes we get all 3.
And when you were growing up, you played the piano?
I played the piano.
And what age can you take on the organ?
Usually somebody begins, if they've had piano lessons first, which is usually the route, sometime around 12, 13, 14 is a time that people often switch from piano to organ. And that's about when I started, when I was 13.
The Wilmington Symphony is so interested in the education of the children of Wilmington that we offer a youth symphony and a strings program, and that there are more than 100 kids come and participate. And then we feed into the universities and the schools of the arts where you work. And Judith mentioned before that she also was in Winston-Salem and got students from around for the Easter Music Festival. And one of my friends played piano when he was young, and he always wanted to play the organ. But his mother made him wait until he was 13 or 14, and then he played both. And now that is his profession. And it sounds like that's you.
That is fairly common. I don't play a lot of piano, but most organists end up in careers in church music, where you will often have to play piano and organ, or even if organ is the primary instrument for the church, you'll have to accompany a choir, or sometimes accompany soloists on the piano. So the piano skills are really the foundation to becoming an organist, but are also skills that you will use throughout your life as a musician.
Well, if you contact the Wilmington Symphony office by email, www.wilmington.org, they will put you in touch with wonderful piano teachers. And because there are pianists who come and play in the symphony, and as well as strings and winds and brass instruments and percussion. So that's one place that you can go to find good teachers for your children and for you. You know, adults often play.
Exactly.
They start when they're adults, and it's such a joy.
Very much so. And I've had numerous adult organ students as well. And like the symphony does, or piano teachers guilds do for piano students, there's also a professional organist guild called the American Guild of Organists, of which there is a chapter here in Wilmington.
A very big, very active chapter here in Wilmington.
That is a resource for people as well if they have children or adults looking to take organ lessons. And I know there are some fantastic organs in here in Wilmington, outside of the Keenan Chapel here. So
there's certainly
a lot of opportunities there.
Well, Timothy, tell me why it is that you've come. You said you're going to do a recording, but why do you want to do this particular music that you're going to record?
Well, this is repertoire. Much of the repertoire that we're recording are pieces that Judith and I have been playing for a number of years. And as I mentioned, this particular instrument, which is built by the Taylor and Booty Company in a classical English style. It's not a large instrument, it's a very small instrument, but it's a very intimate and exquisitely voiced instrument. So all of the pipes on there speak very beautifully in combination with each other as well as with the trumpet, and it just made a really beautiful cohesion of the sounds and an ideal place to record, like I said, including the room, which is a very important aspect of what we do acoustically.
Well, Timothy, in our next portion, I hope that we get to hear some of those things that you and Judith play together. And I'm wondering if you'd like to say anything to the 3 boys at home. Are they practicing?
Highly unlikely. Get to practicing, boys.
Because the only way to get good on a musical instrument is to practice.
Practice, practice.
Practice. I'm Beverly Andrews, concertmaster of the Wilmington Symphony, wilmingtonsymphony.org. Thank you for joining us with Meet the Musicians.
My name is Isla Lee Monaco, and my title is International United Miss Junior Preteen of North Carolina 2019, and I hope to raise awareness for juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, which affects a lot of children, and I myself, I have juvenile rheumatoid arthritis, and I really hope that people know that most of the times it's not just adults who get it, it's children and teens, and I just really hope that people know.
Hello, I'm Beverly Andrews, concertmaster of the Wilmington Symphony. Meet the Musicians. Welcome back to the program with Timothy Olson on organ and Judith Saxton on trumpet. And they are doing a recording in this beautiful Landfall Keenan Chapel. First, we're going to hear a little excerpt from the organ with the flute stop. Listen how it sounds just like a flute.
A very short snippet.
Couldn't you see the turtles? I think they were very big turtles.
And then we're going to go little turtles, baby turtles.
Now we have the baby turtles. And is this the one where you can hear them walking towards the ocean?
Yeah.
And it's in 7 because of the 7 ridges on the top of the adult turtle. Okay, you can count to 7 during this? Okay.
I want to hear that one again. You can just, in your mind's
oak. Play your part. How big that oak is? We have one of the biggest in the whole world in early garments. Thank you, Timothy. Well, thank you for coming to Wilmington, composing a piece for us, and having a chat. And music connects all of us, doesn't it? It bypasses your defenses when you listen, and it overflows, percolates joy for those of us who make it. I'm so glad that we can.
Likewise. Thank you.
Thank you.
And if you have this inside, it's trapped and can't get out because you don't have a musical instrument, call the Wilmington Symphony office, wilmingtonsymphony.org, and just ask. I'm Beverly Andrews with Meet the Musicians.
Lowest down payment, low monthly rates. Protective Agency.
For over 60 years, Protective Agency has been offering the lowest price and down payment on quality auto insurance. Look in the white pages for the location nearest you and start saving big. When an accident happens, we're the company that cares.
Lowest down payment, low monthly rates. Just call Protective Agency.
Thank you. This is Meet the Musicians.
Hi, I'm Morgan Odom, and I drive the number 17 Junior Mini Cup for Odom's Motorsports. This trophy is from where I won at East Carolina Motor Speedway, which is in Robertsonville, North Carolina. It was the first time I ever raced there, and it was the first time I ever won there. Hi, I'm Carmen Odom, and I drive the number 17X Junior Mini Cup for Odom's Motorsports. This is my winning trophy from Dillon, South Carolina at Dillon Motor Speedway. It was my second time racing there, and I got the first place win.
Hi, my name is Peyton Ray Waits, and I am your 2018 North Carolina Blueberry Festival.
Across the Canvas Productions has helped me since day one with my speaking and racing, so whenever I get on the microphone and win, I can actually speak better than what I used to. I used to freeze up and not say anything, but now I'm sitting here in front of a camera and talking, so I mean, Lance Perez helped me with a lot over the past 2 years, and he helps people from in front of and behind the camera all over the world from different regions. You can go from kickboxing to racing to ballet to swimming, volleyball, whatever you can think of, just anything. And he's helped me a lot throughout the 2 years with speaking, and I'm truly grateful for that. If you'd like to find him, please go to acrossthecanvas.com, and you can find him on Facebook at Across the Canvas. Hi, I'm Morgan Odom, and I drive the number 17 Junior Mini Cup for Odom's Motorsports. Me and Carmen, my sister, race for Coastal Carolina Mini Cup Series, so you can learn where we race at and the dates that we're going to be racing there on coastalcarolinamcracing.com. Another one of my sponsors is Sparrow Ranch on the Island. They help kids and adults and teens of all ages who have special needs, and they have these programs where they can go there and they're all there all day having fun and doing games and talking to people and interacting with other kids who are just like them. And if you'd like to learn more about them, please go to sparrowranch.org.
Proverbs 16:9. A man's heart plans his way, but the Lord directs his steps. It's hard to believe that 1 year ago I was crowned your 2018 Mini Miss North Carolina Blueberry Festival. This year has been filled with so many amazing events.
Some of my favorite events were
the Birdwell Christmas tree lighting,
the blueberry drop,
the St. Patrick's Day parade, visiting Lewis Farm to pick blueberries and eat,
ice cream,
breakfast with Santa, but my definite favorite was
the Blue Band Festival. I had fun dancing and seeing all the best bands.
I have really enjoyed representing the beautiful town of
Birdwell.
I have some thank yous. First, thank you to
Miss Olivia and Miss Mary
for your hard work and kindness to your queens. Next, thank you to
my family
for being with me at all my events. Then thank you to
my Emma and Kiki
for always supporting me. Then thank you to my
Gigi and Mommy
for always getting me to my events no matter how early or what the weather was. Finally, thank you to my pageant sisters who were so much fun to hang out with.
Aubrey, Peyton, and Taylor.
We had so much fun at the breakfast with Santa.
Catherine, thank you for always willing to do a Snapchat picture with me. Cheese!
Abby, Claire,
Abby, Claire, Emma, and Julie.
thank you for always being such great role models to us younger queens. Thank you again to my family for supporting me during my reign this year and all my many adventures. To the next Mini-Miss, soak up every moment and enjoy your time.
I will always remember blueberries are delicious and nutritious. For the last time, I'm your 2000